Hi friends, today's training video is on MTM2, which we already know is derived from the further development of MTM. So after we have seen the motions MTM deals with, we know that they are extremely basic and difficult to apply. MTM1 analysis is extremely time consuming because of the very minute motions that are to be observed and noted. This also means that the large durations of observations could have errors in analysis if any minute motion went unnoticed, like an extra grasp. To avoid this kind of difficulty during analysis, we had to go through development of MTM2. MTM2 is constructed by combining and averaging minute MTM motions like reach, grasp, move, position into a motion that constitutes two motions together, thus providing a code which was a combination of primary codes of MTM1. This makes it easier to learn, faster to apply than MTM1, and also train. So this further leads us to reduce training costs and better accuracy. Like for instance, we had the reach and the grasp motions combined to have a get motion. This particular motion alone accounts for about 80% of the motions that constitute an operation. The motion get comprises of the action of reaching for an object like reach motion from MTM1 and then grasping the object, same as grasp motion from MTM1. Similarly, a put motion from MTM2 means to move an object and then position the object at the desired place. Another upgradation given to MTM2 is the use of distance variable codes and code variation based on accuracy. So for varying distances, the same code has different amount of time units. And the motion code is further divided into subcodes based on how precisely the code is to be performed. The three levels of accuracy used for division are A, B, and C, where A means anywhere, that is least accurate, B is used when the code is done accurately, and C is used when the code is performed very precisely. So our get and put codes are divided into GA, that is get anywhere, GB or get accurately, and GC, that is get precisely. And it goes the same way for the put motion codes. Now this table clearly shows the different time values given to each subcode based on the distance up to which it is most likely to be performed. If you also notice, as the code distance or level of accuracy increases, so does the time value. Therefore, distance as well as accuracy level both are directly proportional to the time taken. This table used here to explain is also available on this page right below the video. Now let us get a better understanding of the accuracy levels of MTM2 codes, starting with the get codes. Get anywhere means to reach and grasp an object that can be easily grasped from any point and so requires least accuracy. For example, getting hold of a bottle. Get accurately means to reach and grasp an object usually lying against a flat surface and can be grasped from any certain angle. For example, getting hold of a ruler lying flat on the table. Another example would be lifting a box on the floor that is lying on the floor. Now this would obviously need accurate get so as to balance the load, but not the precision which has to be to the point. Get precisely or GC means grasping an object lying jumbled with other things which would require good focus to search and select it among others. So if you have to lift a pen from the group to start writing immediately, you'll be performing a precise get on the tip of that one pen you want to write with. This is another example, that is to pick a book using its tag from a shelf containing a row of books as it depicts. Moving on to the put subcodes. Put anywhere or PA means to move and position an object requiring no accuracy and can be placed almost anywhere on the area where it is intended for. Example would be throwing a pillow to someone. Put accurately or PB is used when the object is moved and positioned requires an accuracy of less than 1 to 2 cm. That means a little accuracy is required while positioning the object in its desired place, like placing a book in an arrangement like one shown in the image. Put precisely or PC is when the high precision and aim is required, like in case of painting inside small shapes or like in the image where sequins are being pasted on particular guidelines to generate a pattern. Now these were just two of the motions from the entire list of MTM2 motions. As a matter of fact, MTM2 has 11 basic motions. So let us start discussing all of them one by one. We have the normal get and put in the first two columns, which we probably are familiar with now. Then we have get weight and put weight, which are for motions involving lifting and placing of weights. So DW, GW, that is get weight, is defined as the time required to take up a weight prior to moving it. And the TMU allotted to it also follows a rule. So it says for GW that 1 TMU is allowed for the first 2 kgs, meaning that for weights up to 2 kgs you assign 1 TMU, while after 2 kgs you add 1 TMU to each increasing kg. So if the weight was 4 kgs, the number of the TMUs given would be 1 for the first 2 kgs and 1 each for the 3rd and 4th kgs. So 3 TMUs in total. PW is used in case of put motions with weights, and 1 TMU is assigned for every 5 kgs. Therefore, a weight of 20 kgs, we'll have to give 4 TMUs. The fifth code is A for apply pressure. This motion is self-explanatory. The sixth code is R for regrasp and means to shift and grasp an object again in hand. The seventh code is I action, which can also be understood as I motion. Eighth code is C, which stands for crank. Now the literal meaning of crank in English is to rotate. So motions that involve rotation of a body part are treated as crank motions. Ninth is S or step, which describes leg movement or stepping using leg to transport your body from one point to another. The code is for steps of distances up to and of about 85 to 90 centimeters. 10th code F or foot motion is quite similar to the previous code step, but in foot motion the body or trunk is not moved and only the leg is. The distance considered is up to 35 centimeters. The 11th and final MTM2 code is B for bend and arise together. This motion is for motions which involve lowering of trunk to reach something and then arising to the neutral position from the bend. Also, this has altered versions of it made to fit few motions like sit, which is like bend, and stand, which is similar to arise. You can also find this table below the video for future reference and also to learn it better. And here we are done with the MTM2 codes. Although for a better picture, let us take a look at pictorial description of these MTM2 codes. We have an image of get weight and then put weight right beside it. There is apply pressure to stop the blood, regrasp as in tug of war where hand is repositioned on a rope for better grasp by the players, eye action or eye movement to focus on an object where next motion is to be performed, crank or rotatory motion like while riding a bicycle, and step motions up to 90 centimeters. Here we have an example of bend from the bend and arise code, and sit and stand, its derivatives. So hopefully these images have imparted more clarity about the MTM2 motions. That is all about MTM2 motions, and again, if you have any doubts regarding the concepts explained on the video, you can chat with us in our chat column on the right end of the web page, and we certainly look forward to solving your queries as soon as possible.